Oh, I know why. Because I flipped it
You
by
flipped it.
accident because it was over there. So,
People were asking about your tourist video when it was coming. Was it on already?
yeah.
Oh, sorry.
All right. There we
Hey.
go. Oh, why is that on? Okay. Good morning. Natalie said she finally made it to the live. I'm real sorry, but I have nothing for you today, Natalie. So don't judge me. This might not be the best one to tune into. So Barb is here. She's right there,
I just want to say hi, but I'm
but she's leaving.
very busy.
She's shipping orders, so she's not
Yeah.
hanging out today. So
All right, see you guys. Have a good one.
bye. So I don't have a lot for you today, but I wasn't here last week because I didn't have much to tell you last week either. And I won't be here next week because I'll be in Florida. So I try to go live at shows and it just never works because the internet doesn't cooperate. YouTube has a fit. I don't know why it works for anybody else but me, but it just doesn't. And I never know if we're going to be busy. So, like, I feel guilty being like, we'll be live. And then I have to leave the booth if it's busy. So, that's kind of where I'm at. So that's why I'm alone today. So today is your opportunity to ask anything that you want, anything. Otherwise, I'm going to be done in about 5 minutes, maybe four. So I'm just checking here, see how what everyone is doing. Kim, same. Kim said it is cold but sunny. Same. It's like 30 degrees, which is better than it's been. I was loading the car yesterday. It was not very nice. So I wasn't really thrilled about that, but is it better than sweating? I don't know. I don't know anymore. I know that we are halfway through February, so I know spring is on the horizon. It's just not getting here quick enough. So let's see here. And Stephanie, we got some snow too. I did not wear my snow boots, so I got to walk to the mailbox this morning in ankle deep snow with my sneakers on. So I'm sitting right now with my slippers. I keep slippers at the office, so I'm cozy. I actually feel like I'm at home right now. I'm wearing leggings, a sweatshirt, and slippers. This is literally me at home, minus the makeup. So if you catch me at home with makeup on, it's because I went somewhere. I don't get up and do this just for fun. So oh, thank you. Yes, I trimmed my hair and I colored it. I am not a redhead anymore. I was tired of it. It just wasn't it just wasn't as much fun as I wanted it to be. So I just decided I'm going back to brown. So, okay, first question. Will your website ever have an account saved? No, because and that has nothing to do with me. I have nothing to do with that. It is a feature that the host took down many years ago. I am sorry that it frustrates everybody, but I have no control over that. If they bring it back, you'll get it. But no, the best thing that I can tell you is when you place an order, save your receipt because that's going to give you your links for your downloads. It's going to give you the colors that you ordered. It's going to give you any of the information you need. If you need something, you can always email me, but just keep in mind it's not the easiest task for me to download a whole bunch of receipts. So if there's something that you ordered, just save your receipt and then you'll know what color you got, or you can download your patterns. The pattern links are always on the top of the receipt. And so you can download those as many times as you want. I just don't have an account feature. It's just not something that my domain does. So sorry about that. I get asked that probably on a weekly basis, but it's just not something that I have any control over. Many, many years ago, they did that, and I don't know why they took that away. It's kind of annoying, but they did. So let's see here. Okay, so I have been kind of quiet on social media the past like probably 2 weeks. Maybe really quiet if you followed me last year and I posted every day. But I just haven't really had anything to talk about. I am not currently working on a new pattern. I'm trying to finish up some things. I am trying to get some videos done, but with packing and getting ready for Florida, I just haven't had a chance to. So I have the tourist tote bag beginner video filmed. I'm going to try and edit that while we're in Florida next week. I have not done the add-on video and I haven't done anything else. So I the only thing I've done this past week is I got my hair done, I got my nails done, and I bought a laminating machine. And that's about the extent of it. I am the most boring adult right now. And I shipped out Court Club. So February Court Club went out. And that's about it. I've just been packing nonstop, trying to get everything ready for Florida. We have a new vehicle, not brand new, but new to us. And so I know I have more room, but because I haven't packed it before, I didn't know how many bins to fit. So it's been that kind of stuff stresses me out. When I have an answer, I like it. When I don't have answers, it makes me kind of cuckoo. So so that's just what I've been figuring out this week. But we are packed minus our clothes, and that's about it. But that's easy stuff at home. So thank you. I'm glad you all like my hair. I'm very happy with it. Eric said the best words that a husband can ever say when he sees your hair, and he said, "I love it. It makes you look so much younger." And I was like, "Done. I will never wear my hair any other way. I am set." Yes. Oh, you're welcome, Mary. I did have a little Valentine's Day sale this week. Hold on one second. There. I'm like sitting over to the side. Yes, we had a little flash sale. Valentine's Day is not my favorite day. It's kind of never been my favorite day, but I was like, let me embrace it. Let me try to make it like a happy day. And sales are happy and you guys are happy. So, I'm trying. Valentine's Day will never be high on my list. If you guys love it, that's awesome. I hope that you had a great Valentine's Day. I hope you have an even better President's Day. But that's it's just not my cup of tea. I like Halloween better, as you guys probably know. So, where did I just see a question? Where was it? Christina wants to know what I'm planning to do with the laminating. Let's try again. What am I planning to do with the laminating machine? Laminating every piece of paper that I own. Nothing for like you guys, nothing fancy or anything. I got it because since we're going to Daytona, they're a little bit more strict about things than some of the other shows are, and they don't like handwritten signs and they want everything done a certain way. And so I wanted to make a couple of last minute little tags to put around the booth. So I wanted to make sure that they weren't going to get all messed up in packing. Plus, we have we don't have like new product for Florida, but the templates are not something that Eric is as familiar with. So I wanted to get the prices written down for him. And if I didn't have them written down, he would just keep asking me what they were because they're not bagged and tagged. So I just made him a price list and I laminated it. That's hard to say. It's almost as hard as edited it. I laminated it so that he wouldn't lose it because when it's laminated, it feels important and then it wouldn't get ruined. And that's really about it because I'm just a geek and I wanted to have a laminating machine. I've wanted one for a long time. Um, I recently, like within the last month, bought a giant copier, like one of those big, like that you see at Staples kind of copiers. I didn't buy it outright. It's a lease, it's a whole thing. But anyway, the reason is because the place that I was getting my patterns done and things laminated and all that kind of stuff, they didn't go out of business, but they sold their business. And the new owner and the new people working there aren't doing a great job. I could not even get anything printed from them. And so I finally just said, I can't wait anymore. I have to take care of this because I have patterns to print and things to do. So I'm just accumulating all of the things that I used to get done and now I'm doing them myself, which is good and bad. Good because I can control it and do it whenever I want. Bad because I have to do it myself. I can't just like call in an order and go pick it up. So, that's just life. Life as a business owner. How are the puppies? They're wonderful. Wonderful up until this morning. So I don't know about your pets, but mine see suitcases as a bad thing. They think suitcases means someone's leaving and they're getting left behind because often that is the case. They're going with us to Florida. And I've tried to explain this to them, but they don't speak English, so they don't understand that well. But I brought the suitcases out this morning to start packing some of our stuff, and I got the like, oh no, panic look. Like they both were sitting in the living room. They didn't want to go in the bedroom. They're both like antsy about it. So they were good until this morning, and now they're just like, what's happening? They don't realize that they're also going to Florida. I keep telling them, but they're just not getting it. So, one of the reasons my husband got a new car is because he wants all of us um, to be comfortable. And what that means is I just need more room because I will have two dogs on my lap while I'm riding to Florida and pillows and blankets. I can't get out of the car without moving everything off of me. And when we went to Nashville last year for So Magical, I had, we just took my car and I have a small SUV. It was tight. It was real tight. So he got us a bigger SUV. I still packed it to the top full of stuff for the show. And yeah, so the three of us will be sitting there. We got a 2017 Chevy Suburban. So Eric, I shared this with the Patreons. I haven't shared this publicly yet, but here we go. Eric is retiring from his full time job in January, so in less than a year. And when he retires, he is going to come work for me full time. I mean, I say full time as often as I need him. There might be a day where I need him all day and another day where I don't need him at all. But he is closing his repair shop. He's pretty much closed it. He's getting rid of some things. He got rid of his service van. And in getting rid of the service van, he got us the Suburban, which is great because there's lots of room. I don't know that I packed super well because I think I was like overwhelmed by the whole thing. Plus, we have to bring tables. So Magical does not ever make me bring tables, and I'm just not used to bringing them. So that takes up a lot of room. So I'm just kind of doing, so we're just doing our thing. So Eric will be with us full time in less than a year, which is very exciting. And there's a lot of other things going on personally that I'm not going to share until I know things for sure, because it will affect the business in good ways. So cross your fingers for me, send good vibes this way. But there's nothing else that I want to share right now until I can. Um, and no, I'm not having a baby. If that was anyone's guess, please take that back. So so we're just doing some things and making some changes and maybe doing a little bit more traveling next year. And yes, Mary, he will be trained on the copier. He will be in charge of patterns, cutting cork as he normally does, and waterproof canvas and doing all that. He may help with orders. We don't know. The sky is the limit. And he's very much looking forward to dealing with my customers, which generally are much nicer than the ones he was dealing with, and not having um, to go to like a regular job anymore, just to get to do whatever he wants. So we're very excited. We're counting the days. He probably could tell you the exact number of days. You guys, when you get ready to retire, you're weird like that. Um, what date is my so whatever weekend? That is a good question. My date is May 4th and 5th. It is a Saturday and Sunday. I will be teaching two classes. Your price includes two pre-cut, ready to go kits. So you get to walk in, sit at a machine, and good to go. The Star Wars weekend. Yes, Kira. I'm not a Star Wars person, but I do know the whole May the 4th thing. Oh, and then Cinco de Mayo. So that's my weekend. My class goes on sale March 10th at 10 a.m. Central, I believe. You will see it on the More Me Know website, and our yes, More Me Know. And I will also put it on my website. I haven't uploaded it yet, but I will put it on there. I was afraid to put it on there and then have people try to sign up and it's not like there yet. So I'll probably wait until it's closer. Thank you. Kira helps out a lot with Lauren, and she's at the studio a lot. So she has a lot of information. I didn't know she was going to be here today. So she's got all the little tidbits that I forget. And you're going to Brittany's this weekend, which is awesome. I wish I could go. But we are going to Florida tomorrow, which is good. I'm excited. I'm finally excited. Probably because the car is packed and I feel a little bit like, so let's see. Um, let's see. I got that. And good morning, everybody. Get a little mini suitcase for the pups and pack their puppy stuff in front of them. That's not a bad idea. I might try that. I already have tennis balls in the car. I already have snacks for them. I do have a tiny little suitcase, but it's actually for our things. But my mom bought me a set for Christmas, and there's like a little, it's like that big. I thought it was just like a little hard case for toiletries. It's like a mini suitcase. It has like dividers and little things. It's very, very cute. So, and let's see. Kira is waiting for to get picked up at the airport right now. Oh my goodness. Let's see. Um, yeah. Oh, Pam, I'm sorry. Yeah. I'm sure I will be at So Whatever Studio again. I can guarantee I will be there again. I don't see why I would only be teaching there once. So you can't make it that weekend. We'll have another weekend. It was just there was a lot going on when we were there in December and planning everything, and so we were all just like throwing dates out there. And this is all new for Lauren too. This is not teaching or anything, but this is her classroom's new. So she's getting things set up, and some people have already signed up for 2 dates. I have a tentative date in the fall, but I'm not ready to share that yet because I don't. We're kind of like deciding if what we're gonna do. But I'm sure I will be back there. And if it doesn't work this year, it'll be next year. It'll be totally fine. I'm retired. I wish my husband would find more to keep him busy. Yeah, I feel like that's the case with my mom. Sorry, mom. I don't think you're watching, but I'm calling you out anyway. My stepfather is like 100% busy. Like, excuse me, in the summertime he paints, so he like does a little like side work. In the wintertime and the fall and like all year round he's fishing and hunting and fixing things and doing stuff. And my mom is like just kind of chilling in her retirement, and she's happy, he's happy, but I don't think that Eric could sit still that long, and I know I can't, so he will definitely be busy. So let's see here. Am I driving to Sew Whatever Studio? I am. Because I have so many kits, and because Lauren is amazing and is allowing any of the teachers that want to the ability to sell things. So like we're allowed to, like, you can shop at her studio, but you can also bring things. So I will bring other patterns and cork and everything. When I start bringing that much stuff, it's not worth me trying to fly and then shipping all that. Not only is it expensive, but it's nerve wracking. Like, what if my kits for some reason got lost? So I'm just going to drive. I'm trying to plan something on my way back just to make it kind of worth it. But I mean, not that it's not worth it, but if I'm halfway across the country, I might as well see if there's something else I can do. You know what I mean? So, but I might just go there, teach, and come home. Who knows? You're still scared of court, Kira. No, 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 no. Kira, I hope you're going to be at mine. And then we're going to sew cork together, and you will be totally fine. You can sew with vinyl, you can sew with cork. Trust me, it's not hard at all. So, oh, you're going to Nova's in April. That's awesome. That is so awesome. She is a doll. So you're going to have an amazing time. Every one of the teachers that Lauren has lined up is amazing. Like, I want to go to all the classes. That's the issue I have right now. Some of them conflict with things, and some of them just, I can't. I just can't afford to go and just take classes all the time, but I wish I could. But all of the classes are just, they look awesome. So oh, you're making Saya's new bag with cork. Very cool. The Susu. I have to tell you, because I'm a stellar reader. I thought it was just called the Sue Sling. I didn't see that it was Susu. And then people kept calling it that. And I was like, does this bag have a nickname already? I didn't realize that was the name of it. I totally like just glanced over it and I was like, oh, the Sue Sling. It's the Susu. Uh Kasaya from Saya Swag has her first pattern out. It came out a few weeks ago. So, and it's adorable. So if you haven't seen it, go look on her website. Where is Sew Whatever? Sew Whatever is in Belleville, Illinois, which is outside of St. Louis. It's about a half hour ish or so from St. Louis. So it's in Illinois. That is where Lauren's studio. So Lauren's website is mormino.com. She has it takes me a while, headquarters there. So that's where they do all the shipping. That's where she has all of her products and everything. It's where she does a lot of her videos. You'll see whenever she does her like first and 15th releases, she's usually there. And then she built a second building, which is all attached, and it's really cool. And that's where the classroom is, and then additional warehouse space. So it's very, very cool. She literally thought of everything, like everything. There's colored pegboards with like rotary cutters and rulers and snips. Like, if you forget anything, you don't even really have to remember anything. If there's something that you can't sew without, like that one thing that is just like you're like, I need to have this seam ripper, I need to have these scissors, bring them. Really though, if you're flying and you also just don't want to plan or pack, don't. You can just show up and everything is there. It's amazing. You can shop, bring extra suitcases. That's what I'll tell you. So, what else did I do this week? So, okay, I'm answering all your questions, which is fabulous. But I had like a couple of notes. Court Club did ship on Monday. Everybody's cork shipped. Eric was here over the weekend, helping me get it all prepped. So February was much easier than January. January was chaotic because I was cutting everything myself, packing it. The Patreons have an extra bonus for the first 3 months. theirs was getting packed. It was a lot. So Eric was here helping me. We got it all packed. And then Monday, I got all the labels done. So I'm not going to show you February Court Club because I know that not everyone has received it yet. It's on the way if you haven't gotten it. It's also not on the website yet. So I had took all the pictures, did all the color matching. I will put that on next week when we're in Florida and I'll let you guys know. But for right now, I'm not going to show you February Court Club. Let me see here. Clappers are back in stock. They just came in. So we have small and large if you were looking for one of the wooden clappers. And I told you Daytona is next week. We're going to talk about Daytona for a second because I don't know if everybody knows what it is and what I'm doing. Let's see here. Anne made her first Margie. Oh, you're making your first Margie. It's gonna be amazing. Everybody's happy with Court Club, which makes me super happy. So before we talk about Daytona and I answer any more questions that you have, thank you for helping me get to 25,000 on YouTube. I'm very excited about that. It was a goal for like I think last year I wanted to kind of like hit that like magical number, but sometimes it just doesn't happen and that's totally fine. It happens when it's supposed to happen. So we hit 25. I'm super excited about that. If you're here watching and you haven't subscribed, don't forget to do that. It's good for any of the creators that you love. It's always good to subscribe and like and, give them some feedback. It's always good. Oh, Mary, I'm sorry. It will be there. Don't you worry. The post office sometimes they're on their own schedule. So you're stalking the mail. Done that myself. Okay, so let's just talk about Daytona for a quick minute. And then if you guys have any questions, otherwise, we're probably just going to call it a day because I have to go run some errands and get home and pack our things. So, in case you don't know what I'm talking about when I say I'm going to Daytona, I'm going to the show, let me give you kind of the rundown on it. So, if you are familiar with So Magical, it's kind of similar to that in that it is a show with vendors and classes and lectures and things like that. The big difference is that this is the AQS, which is the American Quilt Society. This is the AQS Daytona Beach show. Daytona Beach has been there, not the beach, the show has been there for many, many years. We started vending there in 2015, I think, or 16, somewhere around there. I vended there every single year, all the way through 2020. Then COVID happened. Then I took, things were shut down for a couple years, and then I took a couple years off, and then I started doing the So Magical shows, which are totally different shows, different people running it. But just to kind of give you an idea, so I started doing those shows, which are essentially more of like a all-inclusive craft kind of a show, but because of people like Lauren and myself and Saya and people like that, there's a lot of bag makers at those shows. Now, when it comes to the Daytona show, which is where I will be next week, it starts Wednesday. It's Wednesday through Saturday. Excuse me. Um, that is a quilt show. So a lot of the vendors are more geared towards quilts, quilt patterns, fabric, quilt notions, things of that nature. But it doesn't mean that there aren't bag making things. I know that there is another cork vendor. I think it's Cork and Cloth, I believe. Now it's totally left my mind. There are also, the random vendors of like the back massage pillows and things like that. There's also quilt appraisals and things. So it's definitely where So Magical is geared towards lots of crafts, but a lot of bag making. The AQS shows are geared more towards quilters. But because there's so many vendors there and because they're an established show and they've been there for so long, other types of vendors definitely get involved. So we are bringing cork, we are bringing templates, patterns. I have some small kits, like the wallets, just kind of all inclusive things that sometimes at So Magical people don't need. Because what I find is that when I go to a So Magical event, there are so many bag makers that if I bring zipper tape and no zipper pulls, it's totally fine. They can either go find zipper pulls somewhere else or they already own zipper pulls. Where when you're going to a quilt show, I feel like if I brought zipper tape, I have to bring zipper pulls. It's not something that everybody there would have both. And if they were getting into bag making, they're probably going to go, wait a minute, what am I buying? Like, why isn't this included? So I definitely changed it up a little bit. I don't have zipper tape with me. I don't really have anything that's kind of like random. Like I have a little bit of hardware to go with some of the patterns. I have cork. We have bins and bins of cork, so much cork, patterns, things like that. And then just samples, So that's kind of what we're doing. I haven't done this show in 4 years. So it'll be interesting to see how it's changed, how like everybody there has changed, what's different. So I'm excited. I'm very excited. Plus, we get to go on a little bit of a vacation. Yes, we're going to be working the whole time, but we're not here. It doesn't snow. We get a little bit nicer weather. It's not super hot in Florida, but that's okay. We're inside the whole time. And then we get to bring the dogs. So it'll be good. So just in case you didn't know exactly what I was talking about, that's what I'm talking about. And if you go onto my website, my booth number is there, which is 1523. If you go to quiltweek.com, you can see all of the shows for this year. And then you'll also get, if you click the Daytona Beach, you'll see the dates, the times, the address, all that good stuff. So I saw a few questions. Stephanie can't go to Daytona. You had a prior commitment the whole week. No, I'm just kidding. I understand. Cindy got some OptiPop thread from Wawick. I got a whole box of it the other day. I didn't realize how many spools I ordered. And I don't have anywhere to put them. So they're still in the box sitting behind my sewing machine at home. But it's good thread. I think you'll be really happy with it. So I wonder if since more quilters are making bags, you will have a different crowd at the quilt show. That is a great question, Teresa. And that's something I'm wondering too, because when I first started doing this, like 2015, 16, 17, when cork was new, people didn't know what cork was. When bag making was not, it was popular, but it wasn't everywhere. Like I feel like now it's rare that you find someone who sews that hasn't even attempted to make a bag. Like I feel like it's so much more mainstream now. There's so many videos and things. When we first started, the number one question, what is this? And they'd hold up a piece of cork. We'd explain what it was. What do you do with it? Well, what do you make with it? Then that kind of transitioned into, do you have patterns written just for cork? And I remember thinking, I don't, but should I? Like, should I be writing a whole pattern for cork? That was just not something that was in my brain at the time. The next thing kind of transitioned into, do you have a video for this? Do you have a tutorial for this? And I was like, no, because I don't have a YouTube channel. So like each, couple of years, there would be like a new set of questions. Now that it's been 4 years, now that I have not been there this whole time and I've kind of taken a break and now I'm coming back, it's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting to see what people are looking for, what they're buying, if they're familiar with cork. Are we still getting, what is this? Are we still getting those questions, or do they know what it is? There's different, it's going to be interesting just to kind of see, what are the questions and what is the crowd like as far as their bag making skills. So I'm excited about this. At Rode this year, 2 cork vendors sold out. Lots of demand there. Well, that's awesome. That is very, very cool. And Donna Lynn, if there were shows in Hawaii, I would be there in a heartbeat. So maybe you can plan one and I'll come. So, okay, when should Cork Club be renewed? So that is totally up to you. As long as you are like signed up for the, let me try words again. As long as you have signed up by the 10th of the month, you're good to go. But let's just say, for whatever reason, hypothetically, you signed up for 3 months, January, February, March. You know that March you're going to be out. When I send your package and I see that it's your last month, I'm going to put a little note in there just as a reminder, because sometimes we forget, that says, hey, this is your last month. So that means you have until March 10th to go sign up. Now, hypothetically speaking, today you're like, you know what? I don't want to forget. I'm going to go sign up for another 3 months. I'm not going to overlap. So you're not going to have 2 shipments in March. So if you signed up January, February, March, and you went and signed up again today for 3 more months, you will have April, May, June. I have a chart. I would not, unless somebody specifically requested it, send you two sets of Cork Club, if that makes any sense. So you have until the 10th of the month, But if you sign up early, I know when you're running out and I'll just tack it onto that and keep it going. So I hope that made sense. Um, so Shelly, you're late. That's okay. You had to go spend money at your local shop that's closing. Oh, that's a bummer. It's always sad. I mean, it's fun to get stuff on sale, but it's always kind of sad when they're closing. So, all right. So, okay, good. That I don't know if I'm good with the words today. The coffee is not fully kicked in. I am not sleeping well because I'm thinking about all of the things I need to pack. So, words are coming out. I don't know how great they are. But yes, I won't send you 2 months. I won't overlap it. I will add it right on and I will remind you just because I know that people forget. I do the same thing. I'm like, did I sign up for 6 months? I think it was 6 months. And then someone's like, no, it was three and you're running out. So it's good to know. So I have all that. I check my chart as I go through and then I'll just put a little note in there. And a lot of you will be getting notes next month because it'll be the third month. So a lot of you will have a little love note in there that says, hey, did you like Court Club? If you want more, sign up again. So, so Chili, I'm so sorry. Yeah, it's a bummer when shops close. It really is. We had here, not just in this area, but like probably I would say about 30-mile radius from my house. At one point during shop hop, I think we had like 11 or 12 quilt shops open. Like it was a lot. A lot of them had the same things. A lot of, some of them had some different things. But then all of a sudden, like three of them closed like within 1 year. And it was like, oh, what's going on? It was kind of weird. But, you know, there's so many people are shopping online now that I know it's not helping the small shops. So, it's hard because a lot of us want things that we can't get locally. And a lot of us just don't want to go out and talk to the three-dimensional people. So it gets difficult, but I understand. Kim, you want to go bigger with your court club? I understand. A 9 by 27 for me would not be my choice because I want more. I want bigger. So I would definitely be doing the 18 by 27, but that's just me. I'm a cork hoarder. Like I can't get enough of it. All right. Well, it was a quick one today, but I wanted to check in with you guys. And unless you have any more questions, we're probably going to wrap this up in a few minutes just because I got to go run some errands. I got to go buy some of those toiletry nonsense things that I didn't realize we needed because I haven't traveled in a while. And make sure that the car is packed. I'm going to walk around this building about 17 more times looking, making sure I've got everything. Thank you. Yes, very excited about 25,000. It was a fun thing to wake up to. So, I'm going to give you a minute. I'm going to sip my coffee. And if you have any more questions, otherwise, I'm going to go. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, and just a quick reminder because I'm seeing some of the names that usually sign up for our virtuals. Our virtual retreat, our next one is the first weekend of March. So I will be sending the goodie bags out when I get back. So I'm sorry if they're a little bit late. I ran out of time before I left. I'm not even left. I haven't even left yet, and I've already run out of time. But if you want to sign up for the virtual retreat, which is I think it's March 1st, 2nd, and 3rd, you still have time. Your goodie bags will be going. We get back the 26th or 27th, so it'll be that week. They will be late, but they will be sent out. So I will definitely share. I will be sharing the booth and some pictures. And if there's a chance that I can go live, I will, but I never like to schedule it because every time I try, it just doesn't work out. So if I can, I will. But otherwise, I will just have some videos and some things for you. And yeah, let's see. I'm trying. Why is this little heart in the way? The fabric store you work at is, and I can't see how many years old because 98, 98, 98 years old. Oh my goodness. Wow, that's crazy. 98 years old. They have survived a lot. Holy moly. That's a lot of years. So thank you, everybody. Um, Oh, yeah. That's another thing too. A lot of times when the shops go out of business, it's because they want to retire. People hit retirement age, they've done it for so long. Selling a business is not the easiest thing to do. So that's why a lot of times this happens. And then sometimes it seems weird, but then you see, you know, you see another shop open up and you're like, why didn't they buy the other one? Because there's a lot to it. So I totally understand. Let's see. Okay, where's Cork Club on the website? On the Cork page, scroll down past the color chart, and there's two listings right there. There's, I think one has pinks and one has greens, but they're both right there towards the top of the Cork page. What pattern for March virtual? We don't have a pattern. So for the virtual retreats, you can work on anything that you want. It can be my pattern or someone else's pattern. I can't answer questions if it's not my pattern, but somebody else might be able to help you. But it's not a class, so we don't all work on the same thing. I don't like work with one person for the entire 3 days. Everybody just works on their own. We chit chat, talk about the most obscure random things, conversations from bag making to like dogs to everything in between. Um, it's just kind of all over the place. It's just really a way to sew without being alone is, excuse me, the best way to look at it. So we don't have a specific pattern that we work on. All right. And okay, I think that's everything. If you need me, as always, send me an email. I will be answering it. I might be delayed, but you can answer that. Um, or I can answer that. We are leaving tomorrow afternoon, so you will hear from me here and there. We'll be setting up on Tuesday. I will put some pictures up, and yeah, I think that's it. So I'm gonna say goodbye, go run some errands, put my regular shoes back on, which hopefully aren't wet anymore. And you guys have an awesome week. I will check in with you, and otherwise, I will see you the following Friday. So not this Friday, but the one after, and we'll talk about what happened at the show and hopefully I have lots of good things to tell you. So I will see you guys